Hi, and welcome to the video. So, before we start off, let me ask you a question. What will you change about school? So probably you thought something along the way of, it has to be more fun, or school must be more modern. But what does it really mean? And do you know how to achieve this? We as a group try to tackle this issue as well. We try to follow some simple guideline questions so that it would be easier for us. Our first question was, what would make our school a better place? Our second question was, in what way can we change things without harming education? And last, will that change in the end really be needed? So first off, we started to think about buildings and facilities. Here, we took a different approach. We thought that teachers should have their own classroom. In that way, they would care more for their own material, and they would know what they had in stock in their class and what not. This would probably mean that the lessons would be a bit more vivid and not focused on some teacher trying to fix a problem with a projector or something like that. In the end, we even went as far as outdoor lessons. We think that without the lessons, you would greatly enhance the concentration of certain students and make the day a little bit more interesting. Another important part of our project would be a cafeteria. This would be a place where a student could get his lunch and at the same time hang out with his friends. Another important room for us will be a room with free Wi-Fi, at least for the older students. There you could work on group projects, or other projects or homework even. And even better, a room where one could crash after a sleepless night. Last but not least, we wanted students to have a room where they could sleep. It seemed like a nice idea to have a place where you could crash after a sleepless night of working, of course. Another important topic was teachers and way of teaching. As we aren't really experienced in what one should be taught, or how one should be taught something, we just tried to come up with some examples of how to make a lesson interesting. First off, more group projects would definitely encourage us, and at least show us how to function properly as a group. As well as self-education seems to be some example in taking responsibility of teaching yourself something you haven't learned before. Also, more visible examples would make the lesson more interesting, or at least self-explanatory. Then we had a go at subjects. We thought that a big group project, which would count as much as half of the grade in 1 year, would be very good. This could be, for example, organizing a social event. As well, our timetable would consist of core subjects, which are subjects you need to pass the year. These would include math, English, a native language, and probably social studies. Optional subjects, you had to choose 4 out of the 7. These would be chemistry, physics, biology, computer science, economics, geography, and history. And last but not least, the creative subjects. You were at least obligated to choose 2. So these could be, for example, cooking, music, arts and crafts, sport, psychology, and even more ideas we had, but we can't fit here. Therefore, our timetable will look a bit different. We would start at 8 o'clock with the first lesson, and then the third lesson around 10:15. This would be followed up by a 20-minute break, and then another 3 hours of lesson until 12:50. After that, we would have a 30-minute break where you could get lunch or something like that. And every school day would end at 15:35 in the afternoon. Another important topic we had to tackle was media usage, especially media usage in class. we thought that everybody should get handed out e-readers instead of schoolbooks. This would mean you would have to carry around less weight. And if you wanted to, you could implement a fee for the e-readers itself. Also, we wanted the government to support the usage of laptops in class, and to support the use of media, or at least media that's used by the teachers. Last but not least, we wanted that everybody should be obligated to take a course for responsible usage with modern day technology, especially teachers. As our time is a bit limited, I would like to thank you very much for watching, and be sure to check out other videos. Thank you.